My boyfriend of 3 years stealthily took my 11-year-old dog to a vet 80 kilometers away to be put to sleep. It was only luck I found out and got him back. Boyfriend doesn't know I have my dog back, but he comes back tomorrow night. Original post. My boyfriend, J23 male, left for a trip up the coast to help family on Friday morning. While I-23 female was at work Friday, I got a phone call from one of my ex-flatmates, Bob, who I lived with at uni. He thought he had my dog with him and phoned me because someone had dropped him off at the vet surgery he worked at to be put to sleep. Bob sent me pics, and it was my Stixie. I'd recognize him anywhere. I grew up with him, and he was so close to me when I left home to study. There were no questions about it. Stixie stayed with me. Bob kept Stixie with him, and I drove to pick him up as soon as I was out of work. Bob also showed me a phone recording he took of the vet's security camera screen, and there's no doubt in the world it's Jay dropping him off. He's even wearing the same clothes he left in this morning before I went to work. Jay has texted me a few times today, and I don't know why, but I'm not confronting him about this. I'm actually scared I will utterly lose it at him. I'm running everything through my head on why he'd do this. We talked sometimes about moving north to be near his family, or overseas within a few years. I can't believe I'm trying to find reasons for him to do what he did, or reasons for me not to rip him a new one, and dump everything he owns out on the front lawn and set fire to it tonight. I'm half numb and half stunned beyond rational thought. Why can't I get functionally angry here? He texted me this morning like he normally does when he's away. I replied like normal, though we're not big text talkers anyway. He asked me a couple of times if I was okay. Everything in the texts, I'm trying to read into what the heck he thinks he's hiding. Now for the top advice before reading the updates. Well, that's terrifying. Do you have a place, a friend's maybe, where you and Stixie can stay for a bit while you get this sorted out? And by this, I mean your new living situation, because you really can't continue to live with the guy who just tried to kill your dog behind your back. I do. At least 2 co-workers would be okay with me contacting them. I want people around me when he comes back. I wish I could make sure he knows he's no longer welcome in this home, nor can he come back and he's to go immediately. But I also know by bitter experience with a friend that kicking someone out of the dwelling they live is a long process. Why can't I get functionally angry here? You are in shock. Right now you are processing an awful lot, and your brain has decided that anger won't be useful. Don't be surprised if you find yourself getting angry or crying about this at a later point. Use this time to process what you need to do. Gather what you need and split. Protect yourself and your dog. Frankly, I am not one for games. I would have burned this bridge the moment I seen the video. For your own sake, I don't think it is worth feeding the drama llama. However, there is a little malicious part of me that would send him a "I think Stixie ran away" text. Then play along for a little while. Then drop the, I seen the most interesting security video this morning. It showed a walking waste of oxygen walking into a vet's office with my dog. That said, it isn't worth the energy. Give Sticky a hug. Poor wee doggy was very lucky. I think you're right. Just reading the first comments here and thinking about the next place to go is enough to start me crying. It's a relief. I've texted one of my workmates to talk ASAP for a place to stay. I'm sure she'll be okay with it, and she's a very dog person too. That is actually disgusting. I'm so glad you got your dog back before the unthinkable happened. You're definitely in shock right now. This is a lot to take in. I'm one of those people that need to ask people why they do terrible things, so I would ask him one time why he did it, listen to all the BS that's sure to fall out of his mouth, and then cut ties forever. That's just me though. I want to do it all. I want to kick him out. I want to scream at him. I want to tell him I can't find Stixie, then listen to him BS about it, then confront him with the truth. I want to make sure his whole freaking family knows about it. I know not all of that is practical or even advisable. Tonight we're safe though. My coworker just texted back, phoning her now. OP posted on legal advice. I have a dog, Stixie, who's 11. Yesterday morning, my boyfriend left to go up the coast to see family. He doesn't return until Sunday night. By sheer luck and nothing else, An ex-flatmate of mine who works at a vet clinic 80 kilometers from me called while I was at work and asked if a dog someone had brought in to be put to sleep was my Stixie. It was. I had him hold Stixie, and I collected him Friday. My flatmate showed me a recording he made of the vet clinic's security video, and it's definitely my now ex dropping Stixie off. How illegal is this? I currently live in a flat that I rent, and my boyfriend pays half, but I'm the only one on the lease. I want him out ASAP, or I want to be out of this situation as soon as possible. What options do I not have? A friend of mine once tried to have a violent ex removed, and it took months. I want to be out of this immediately. Are my only options to move? How do I protect myself from what my boyfriend, next to me now, though he doesn't know it yet, may do to the place I rent when I return? I presume my landlord couldn't kick him out if I leave right away. He's never shown any weird tendencies before, so maybe I'm overthinking this. My boyfriend doesn't know I know what he did, nor that I have Stixie back. Sorry for the scattergun of questions. I'm scatterbrained at the moment, and he returns in about 20 hours, and I don't ever want to see so much as a hair on his head again. Not legal advice. Keep your dog somewhere else. If he has access to him, who knows what else will happen? And then ask where the dog is, and see how much he's going to lie about it. Not a lawyer, but in general in Australia, unless he is on the lease, or you have a written tenancy agreement with him, you don't have to jump through hoops to evict him. He has very few rights. If he is not a violent or angry guy, pack his stuff, put it outside and change the locks. Have a friend or three with you when he is expected home, and make it clear he is no longer welcome. You do need to notify your real estate agent or landlord about the change of locks and provide them with copies ASAP. He's a boarder with no written agreement? According to this, you can kick his butt right out. Boarders who are not covered by the Boarding Houses Act can be evicted with very little notice and cannot ask for tenancy or boarding house remedies at NCAT. That's found here, sharehousing.org. Good luck and F that guy. Change your locks and board your dog somewhere. Pack his stuff and leave it outside. If you're going to be there to confront him, have a cop with you. If you don't trust yourself to be calm, stay with your mom or a friend. A hole might be able to put 2 and 2 together. Edit. Seen the picture. That dog is beautiful and he doesn't appear to have any mobility issues at all. You should go after your ex. Call his mom. If that's not effective, start getting those records you mentioned. If he forged your signature or lied about owning that dog, he might be criminally liable somehow. Indicate all of that to his mom. What a colossal bastard. Seeing Stixie makes me even more appalled that someone would do that to that dog. It's inhumane. Mini update. Just got off the phone with my workmate. She's offered to come here overnight and she'll be here soon. We'll figure out what to do in the morning. I really appreciate all your posting. It only took reading a few to take myself out of this stupid, stalled state of mind and move into action. It's after midnight here. I'm going to crash hard tonight. Now for the first update the next day. A night's sleep with good people around me helped. I phoned a workmate to see if I could go stay there with Stixie, and she came over here for the night instead. We spoke, and we have a plan. Thank you for the links to New South Wales laws. It looks like I might be in the clear with forcing my ex out. I am the renter. I am the only name on the lease. And we had no written agreement. From my understanding, he is a boarder or lodger and can be removed quickly. I'll have to clarify, of course, but that gives me confidence. I was freaking out because I didn't know where to start last night. My ex will be confronted with more people I know in the house backing me up. Stixie is also in good health. He's 11 and a bit too fat and slower than he used to be, but he's fine. These photos are from early November when we visited a property out of town. He started life as a farm dog, and going back made his day. He's not microchipped. I'm taking a personal leave day Monday and getting him chipped first thing. Second update. He came back. He lied. I was upset, and it showed. We gave him enough rope to make excuse after excuse. First he was shocked Stixie was gone and said he would help look for him. Then he was shocked someone had taken him to a vet to be put down. Then when confronted with proof it was him, he claimed Stixie was hit by a car and he had to end his suffering. When confronted with a live happy Stixie, he turned it around. and it ended with him telling me he should have had me put down. My coworker, her partner, and I told him he was not welcome in the house anymore and that they were moving in with me. Everyone in the house, and the neighbor we both get on well with, who saw him return on Friday to take Stixie, now knows what kind of person he is. He left of his own accord and took some of his stuff. I'm no closer to knowing for sure why he tried what he did. Sorry for jamming up legal advice with this one. It wasn't much of a legal ending. Ended with him telling me he should have had me put down. Did he basically just tell OP that he should have killed her? Not a native English speaker here. Essentially, yes. That line, it ended with him telling me he should have had me put down, just makes it clear this person was trying to hurt OP in the most cruel way his twisted little mind could sort out. Despicable. And this is why it was really a good move of hers to have people around. He still has some of these things there. She should have insisted that he take everything and not come back, and ask for the keys. She should have packed all his things up and put them in storage, moved a few friends into the apartment, rearranging the furniture in the process, and changed the locks. Then, when the ex arrived back home, the friends could deny knowing him or that he ever lived there. Just gaslight the heck out of that lying POS. If X called the police, he wouldn't even be able to describe the interior of the apartment accurately. Then just mail the key to the storage unit to his friend, relative, or job. My grandfather did this to my mother. She was a grown woman. He just came into our house while no one was home, took our admittedly elderly but not suffering husky, and had her put down. My mother was devastated. It's such a vicious, sociopathic thing to do. To hell with anyone who does that to someone. It's so incredibly cruel. What I'm wondering is, why do vet clinics just put down an animal brought in by any human per request? I always thought this was a medical procedure suggested by the vet, not a requested thing. Most of them will try to ascertain the person is the owner and will suggest alternatives, but in the end, most of them here will do it. Because the last thing they want is some awful owner going home and taking care of it themselves, leading to terrible suffering. I'm so lucky my local animal control did this. When I was 14, I had to move across the country because of my dad's work, so we rehomed 3 of our 4 cats, and the 4th was supposed to stay with my grandparents until we moved back home 3 years later. Well, shortly after I left the state, my grandfather decided he was tired of there being a cat in the house, so he just dropped my cat at animal control. They called my uncle, who went there to rescue my cat, and my cat stayed with my uncle for the next 3 years instead. I ended up moving back home ahead of schedule by a year and a half, which I lucked out with since my boy had cancer and died in my arms when I was 17. If I hadn't moved home early, I wouldn't have been able to say goodbye. Next story, update. My wife cheated on me and I feel nothing. Original post. My wife of 10 years cheated on me with someone from her past. I didn't go looking for it, but I accidentally found out. He cut it off since his wife is pregnant, and from the looks of the messages, she seems upset. What's so odd is I feel nothing. Not sad or angry, not even hurt. I feel relieved. We haven't been doing well for a while. I attempted to take my life 2 years ago, and it just hasn't been the same since. I never thought she would cheat on me. I tried to be better for myself and for her, and get myself out of that dark place, but I guess it wasn't enough. I'm not going to confront her, but I am going to leave. Not tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to tell her I don't love her anymore. Maybe having both men she loves tell her they're done will humble her. There's no apology to be given from her. She did what she did, and I'm at peace with it. Anyway, I'm going to build a Lego set and have a beer. Now for the top comments before reading the update. OP, prior to disclosing your intention of leaving your wife, I humbly suggest that you privately confer with a seasoned family law attorney to discuss your entitlements and alternatives regarding divorce. Educate yourself regarding the divorce process. Focus on yourself and your well-being. Best wishes to you. Stay well. This is so important. I did this before telling my ex I was done. OP, I know you say is that you feel nothing, but that doesn't appear to be the truth. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like you said, you feel relieved. You don't have to feel sad. You don't have to feel upset. You can just feel relieved, and that's entirely healthy. Everyone has their own emotions and their own response to certain situation. I had this ex who cheated on me, and when I found out, I was upset. But I also felt so much relief. I had been trying so hard to make the relationship better, and it just always felt like something was wrong. Constant fighting, her staying up late but not texting me, lying to my face about things, etc. When I found out she cheated, it gave me my green light to leave. It lifted the weight I had on my shoulders, keeping me there. So, I'm not surprised to hear that you have had a slightly similar response. Now for the update. Hello. Almost a month ago, I posted on here that I found out my wife had cheated, and I felt nothing. I thought I would give an update. I confronted her. I said I know she has been sleeping with someone behind my back. I do not want an apology, and we're over. I didn't want an explanation or an excuse because there is none. She chose to betray me. She chose to go against our vows and what I believed our marriage stood for. She didn't say much but cry and apologize, but I wouldn't hear it. I also found out who the wife of her affair partner is, and I told her as well, and showed the messages and pictures I found. Needless to say, she is heartbroken, and this wasn't the first time he had cheated on her. I ended up leaving and getting an apartment. I took some time off work, built a gaming PC, and filed the divorce papers. I still don't feel much in the negative sense, but I do feel peace. She has been trying to get me to work things out, and I ignore her. That chapter of my life was over the moment she began her affair. Crazy how you think you have everything and life is perfect, and now you're sitting alone in your apartment, eating takeout and drinking a beer. I think I'm okay with this though. Thank you all for reading and all the kind comments on the original post. I appreciate all of you. Remember, you are worth it and you are loved. Love without respect is worthless. So, if she wouldn't respect you, your brain did the next best thing and respected itself. I wish everyone had a switch to flip. I think what made me not feel much of anything was understanding the moment she cheated on me. It was over. She didn't care then, and she only cares now because she doesn't have me or her affair partner. Handled it like a champ. Deep respect for you, brother. This is literally the blueprint on how to handle a cheating partner. Big ups to OP. I know it won't feel like a win, and it's not. Everybody has lost something, but he now has peace of mind and heart. Thank you. I hate drama. I felt like for the sake of myself, I needed to exit as smoothly as possible. Did this after my wife cheated and we divorced. For the last 20 years, I've thrown myself into my business, gaming and raising my kids. Should have included the gym and maintaining my friendships and therapy in the mix also, because now I'm over 300 pounds, alone, kids in college and starting their lives, and trying to get fit in my 50s. Best of luck to you. Glad you saw happiness on the other side of the mess. I appreciate your reply. Thank you.